I said, Grandpa, what's this picture here? It's all black and white. It ain't real clear, is that you there? He said, yeah, I was 11. Well, times were tough back in 45. That's me and Uncle Joe just trying to survive a cotton farm in the Great Depression. And if it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. Hey, Christian here from Wit and Wisdom from the Midnight Rider. Got a short one. Oh, safety first, gotta put on the seatbelt. Always gotta be safe. So, a couple nights ago, I pick up this girl, and somehow, young girl, a little bit too much to drink, having fun. It was actually Cinco de Mayo, so earlier this month. I don't know what made me think of this one. I guess maybe safety tips, but this girl said she was out all day during the day, went home, took a nap, decided she wasn't done, so she went out again. So she got her drank on twice in one day, with a little nappy nap in the middle, which is kind of cool. Hey, if you got the time and you're young and you don't have any other responsibilities that it's taken away from, more power to you. Live and let live. But this young girl happened to be a nurse. We got a ton of fine, upstanding, awesome medical professionals in Omaha, Nebraska. There's also a lot of medical staffing companies that staff traveling nurses all around, maybe all around the world. I know all around the country. There's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 companies that do that. Great deal. But back to this girl, I picked her up, and somehow we got on the topic of, have you ever had the same driver? Because I was thinking, there's so many of us. I really had no idea at that time, but she said that there's one driver that she's ended up with 3 or 4 times, and the way he talked to her made her really uncomfortable. So this kind of message goes a little bit out to the drivers, but also a little bit out to the people that are in the car, because there's things you shouldn't say and things you shouldn't do, which I'll get to in a moment. But this young lady, attractive, intoxicated, basically told me that this guy was asking her how she's doing. Didn't necessarily imply that he drove by her house, but he definitely knew where she lived, because he's taken her home 3 times, and he's also picked her up from her home and taken her somewhere else. So at some point, we got to make sure we're not, creeping these folks out. There's a fine line between caring and conversation and understanding to, I know where you live, and notice that you were out getting your mail at 2:30 this morning or something crazy like that. I know that's not what he actually did, but that's the way she felt. She felt like it was a little bit too much. Anyway, the biggest thing that I want to talk about is a little bit of too much information again. And I don't know why I thought about this one this morning, but this young lady told me, basically, this is what she said. That guy creeped her out so much. He knows where she lives, and she lives out in the middle of nowhere and lives alone. She didn't know me. She's never met me, but she should have never said something like that. And all of you taking rides or talking to people in a bar or on the street, whatever, there's certain things that you kind of keep to yourself. And it's nice to be friendly and share, but there's no reason for anybody, especially a pretty girl that's had a little bit to drink, to tell me that She lives alone out in the middle of nowhere. I already know where she lives, dropped her off at her house. But the I live alone in the middle of nowhere part was information that I didn't need to have. But so keep that in mind. Stay safe. Don't share too much information about your personal life, but still be friendly. Still take care of your drivers. Drivers, take care of your people. Stop creeping them out. If you're one of those, you know who you are. This has been Christian from Wit and Wisdom from the Midnight Rider. Have a fantastic day.